welcome back to the Reptiles With Podcast. Today we have a lot to talk about.
Oh, boy.
Dylan from the Animals at Home podcast let out a spicy video. If you haven't seen it, you gotta check it out. You went to Croc Fest. I have a story about something that I fucked up with. Someone again got bit by a venomous snake. But first, like, comment, subscribe, share with your reptile-loving friends. All right, let's get this going.
Dylan first. First of all, huge shout out to Dylan. That video was insanely detailed.
Oh yeah.
This man went down the rabbit hole, and he didn't even take a stance. He just told you
Just
what
putting
is
all the
true.
information out there.
He just told you what is true, what you can find on your own if you looked into it. So main topic was Tom Crutchfield not being a great person from the beginning. Of course, smuggling reptiles, going to jail, having that property that he just lost with somebody that passed away during a shootout.
Alleged. Everything's so alleged. It's crazy.
No, that part is not alleged.
Oh, that's a real?
That's all real, yeah.
Oh,
real.
fuck.
Like, regardless of, like, how he got shot, whether it was himself, somebody else, or the cops, that did happen. Like, that's fact.
Okay.
And then the alleged part is that the person that passed away was the main owner of that property. And that's why Tom is losing it. Because Tom's name was not actually in it. It was the other guy's name.
Oh.
And Tom has been trying to pay it this whole time, but it's not under his name. So he's run into two different...
issues. I saw something about that in the Dave Kaufman video.
Yeah, so he ran into two different issues. But the part that they don't get into depth with is that he didn't actually own the place. It was his friend that passed away. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to keep something that technically is not owned by him. Yeah, the bank allowed him to pay it, but they can just cut it off whenever they want. Why? Because he's
it's
not
not
the
under
main,
his name?
Exactly. It's not under his name. So then
got you.
now they're like, yeah, nah, cut that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Like, don't get me
very
wrong.
sad, very sad.
It's very sad, but like on paper, they could do that.
Yeah.
Like
He's had it for, that place is like iconic.
Yeah,
this
like it's
whole
known to be his.
Yeah.
So that's what went down there. Dylan went into detail with Tom Crutchfield being part of the, let's call it a Cobra King documentary that's about to come out, which was recorded before Tiger King. In fact, the beginning of Tiger King is Cobra King.
And then he got
is that video, and then Tiger King happened.
Yeah, and then he just derailed into Tiger King. Yeah. But they've been recording close to 10 years now for so Cobra King. Yeah. And Tom Crutchfield is one of the main characters recording for that. And of course, the main topics, as Eric Good, which is the producer, says on Joe Rogan, is the illegal trade of reptiles, legal trade of reptiles, how zoos are involved in it, and like the care of some of these animals, especially, I think they're going to go hard on the larger snakes like reticulated pythons. So Dylan goes into depth with all of that stuff. Then he keeps going with other characters that are part of it, and then he just fucking derails into Forrest Galante.
Yeah.
Which Forrest Galante has been known to steal credit from scientists from other countries for himself. So, like, you know how he does the show Extinct or Alive?
Okay.
People know him to have rediscovered a lot of the species there, when in fact what he has done is finds a extinct species, quote unquote, that has been found within that country, but those people are not famous. They don't have a TV show. They don't have any of that. So then he reaches out to those people, figures out how to find them, and then finds them after them, makes a video for a TV show, and takes the credit from them. Not even give them any sort of credit.
Gotcha. And there's like a receipts for this kind of shit?
Yeah, dude.
Because I know that he had like mentioned when he did that Joe Rogan episode, he gave like a credit to that.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
The second time he went on Joe Rogan and spoke about it, that's when he gave credit. Number one. Number two, somebody very close to me is the person that got those two to work together, the scientist and Forrest Galante.
Got you.
And somebody very close to me that you guys know, he was part of all the bullshit after Forrest stole the credit. So I know for a fact that he stole that credit.
Gotcha.
I know for a fact that what he did was some fuckery for TV.
Got you. Okay. So, yeah, Dylan speaks about all that stuff. He talks about potential characters that are going to be in this Cobra King-ish, whatever the fuck it's going to be called,
Reptile
documentary.
King, Cobra King, we'll
Scaly,
see.
Whaley,
Yeah.
Scalies, or furries with scales, something like that. But yeah, do you guys of Dylan's video? What was your impression of that?
Ooh. So, well, at least for me,
Yeah.
I kind of knew the general vibe from the start, but like I didn't realize how criminal ridden the foundation of the reptile industry is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that like own pretty substantial like businesses and companies within the reptile trade, and not just like high end stuff. Like we're talking about people who supply pet stores.
Yep.
It all trickle if you boil all that stuff down, it comes down to like some criminal activity. It's like, oh wait, like. You forget, it's like, these are all criminals. And, like, we're buying shit from them, and everyone's like, oh, my God, it's this guy's place. It's that guy's place.
Yeah.
And people look up to them.
Yeah.
The inception of the reptile world, for lack of a
hand in
better
hand
term,
with
it
the
was
drugs.
it was the Wild West, is
Yeah.
what it was. It was crazy times, but also there wasn't exactly laws about it, And then obviously through time,
There were laws. They just weren't known or followed.
Okay, but through time, those laws, the T's got crossed, the I's got dotted, and now things are more strict, things are whatever, the regulations are better, people care a little bit more. Now, I am not saying that we needed the bad to get the good, but things were very different back then. I mean, also especially South Florida in Miami, fucking cocaine cowboy times, being from there, like I've heard stories. My dad grew up there in the 80s of like all these things that used to happen back then, So it's almost like one of those things that like it's not great stuff, but I also don't think that better was known. And I think that now people have a much better understanding of the severity and the ethics and morals of a lot of the stuff that we do.
I agree with that.
I
but-
disagree.
Well, I'm talking about like now. People definitely have a little bit better of a caring thing.
Yeah.
Because back then, people weren't really shown, like, it's like like when you're seeing someone that you kind of talk to and look up to, and then they kind of like, you want to copy what they do. More people are doing good nowadays. Back then, it's literally like in the video, like stuffing cocaine in their bows' asses and shit. And like that's kind of what becomes.
You've never
the
had
norm.
cocaine ass? This guy fucking sucks.
I'm not from Miami, dude. That's not a thing that I do.
Okay.
And I also kind of feel like a hypocrite too, because like I am reaping the rewards of that trade, with some crazy animals that we all freaking keep.
I mean, realistically, not to get like too as far as like reaping the rewards. I mean, all of our history
That is true.
literally on the grounds of very bad things.
Yeah, I know. It just makes me look back like, damn, like
I think it's
half of
different
this
when it
shit.
comes to that.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's very different. I think, like from what Eric is saying, it's like there's right ways to do things, wrong ways to do things, and I feel like back then there wasn't laws is bullshit. People just didn't know the laws themselves.
Got
Just
you.
Or they
because
didn't
you
care.
don't know the laws, don't mean they don't exist.
Got you.
And that's how Crutchfield got caught so many times. Like he didn't get caught because the laws weren't there. He got caught because one, he was breaking them, ignoring them. Because if you did not know the laws were what they were, you would not be smuggling. You would not go out of your way to bring Fiji iguanas to the United States and hiding them. You know what I mean? Like,
Got you.
if you're hiding it, you know it's illegal.
Got
it's more
you.
so like security at the time also wasn't where it is now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You can kind
like,
of play
good
the
luck
system
now.
a little bit.
But like, and it's not like you can't become a better person from that, which is like something that I think is some like. Dude, did you see the comments? Hold up. Did you see the comments on Dylan's video?
I didn't see a lot of them.
Not a
Can
lot.
you one of you guys
Dude.
pull up some stuff so we can like go through?
Dude, people were trying to defend
They're
Tom
defending Tom?
Crutchfield like crazy. Like, Dylan, you're a piece of shit for comparing Tom Crutchfield to Tiger King. Like, he did that himself.
Yeah.
He's doing a documentary with the same guy that did Tiger King. Dylan is not just comparing to compare. He's doing the exact same thing that Joe Exotic did. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and Joe
I get
Exotic, like...
How,
within
or
media-
you know what? How do we feel about Joe Exotic today?
Well, listen,
Yeah.
listen. This is exactly what I was going to get into because Joe Exotic, within media, great character. Everybody loves him. Tom Crutchfield will not be that.
Really, you think so?
He doesn't
Oh, I
have
know
the same
so.
spice as Tiger
No,
King.
no. Dude, what is he going to be like? He has a wife that is 30 years younger than him. How are people going to feel about that? Whether it's right or wrong. Like, the media is going to see that as like, oh, you're fucking weird.
You think
Wives,
so?
yeah, dude, come on.
I mean, they were both in
Come
there
on.
before.
What do you mean?
Weren't they both in the Tiger King thing in the beginning? Or no, am I drugged? Where did I see them? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they were on a different show together.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They had the show about dating each other and being different age.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
You know how much hate they got from that? As it is,
that sucks. I mean, love is love.
I mean, love is love, but 30 years is kind of crazy, and you're not gonna get a character.
She's also, as for the day that we're recording this, she's also sick.
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully, she's doing better.
I hope they're doing better, but I'm saying like the media is going to portray them in a negative way. He's not going to be Joe Exotic. He's not going to be liked.
Got you. Also, I mean, in general, the media doesn't like reptilians.
It's not that. No, that's a cheap excuse.
I'm not saying it's just that. I'm saying that is an added thing. I'm saying that is an added thing because this is even more strange than that.
I think because for Joe Exotic, the documentary for Joe Exotic wasn't the tigers. It was Joe Exotic. Chimp Crazy, the chimps were the additive, but the character himself, he's not going to be liked. The animal doesn't matter. The story being told is not about animals.
Yeah, but the reason why people, I guess I get what you're saying, because the thing is, the reason why people fanaticized Joe Exotic was because he was such a character.
Exactly. And then when you watch Chimp Crazy, Tanya's fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And people didn't resonate with her like that.
Exactly. And that's what he's going to be. The reptiles have nothing to do with it. These documentaries are not about animals. They're about people. The animals are an added...
like the byproduct.
Yeah.
It's the vessel of which the story can be told.
Exactly. But that's it. The animals have nothing to do with it. They're not going to like him because he likes reptiles. They're not going to like him because the things he has done and just him as a person. He's not going to come across as something that people do like. And I know people are going to take offense to that, but that's just what it is.
That is that's what you're perceiving in
yeah,
you're not saying it in a personal attack. You're saying like this is what I'm seeing that can happen from the thing.
Exactly, and people in the comments are defending him, and they are gonna come for me, and they're gonna do whatever. But it's like he did it to himself. Like right now, we're doing this video, and I don't really care because he did it. Like he himself put himself in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you shouldn't be talking about that because this and that is happening. You shouldn't be talking about that and bring light to that. He did it himself. He put himself in a situation in which there's a documentary coming out about him and everything he has done. He has done that over and over again because he does like the attention unto himself. That's why there's so many shows about Tom Crutchfield, which Dylan mentioned one that I had sent to him because he wants that attention to himself. Whenever he goes somewhere, what does he do? He tells his story because that's what he wants known.
And he stands in front of in the FWC meetings. You remember?
Yeah.
He stands at the entrance and people are just shaking his hand as everyone goes in.
He wants he wants that type of attention, and this is just the attention he gets from what he's doing.
Because, I mean, think of it. So, originally, this documentary was supposed to start at the beginning of the Tiger King stuff. Do you think that he knew or understood what it was that Eric Good was doing? Because back then, not even Joe Exotic understood what Eric
at the beginning,
Good was doing.
At the beginning, no.
So then can you blame him for that?
Halfway through it, he knew.
I feel like he tried to pull like, oh, I can make this look good.
I would say the additional characters that are probably after the fact of Tiger King that are going to be in that documentary probably have a little bit more like, hey, like you knew what you were getting into.
Nah, they all do. Dude,
I think to a certain extent,
No, because how do you sit in front of a camera, tell all of these stories and not know what
yeah, but
he's not forced to say anything.
No, you're right. He's
not forced to do anything
I understand
different.
I understand what you're saying, but what I am saying is to a certain extent, he probably didn't know what that documentary was going to be because Tiger King did not. Because Tiger King wasn't there.
How do you not know if you're answering the questions and you don't put two and two together?
I have a comment that actually kind of talks about what you guys are talking about. Keep going.
Okay.
Yes. All right. I got it. So Tyler explained this in one of his videos. Eric Good started filming this reptile documentary long before Tiger King and Chimp Crazy. He stopped filming when stuff started going down with Joe. So nobody knew Eric Good made everyone out to be a bad guy. Since contracts were already signed, Tyler, Tom, and all others can't back out now. All they can do is hope and pray that Eric has a change of heart and doesn't make this as bad as the others.
Okay, so that is what I'm trying to say. Now, this is the thing. Now,
Tyler's different.
Oh no, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't know what that thing is going to be beforehand. I'm not excusing anything that anybody did in the past that was bad or whatever. You're going to talk about your thing. I mean, it is what it is. But when you're starting something under false pretenses, then you're like, oh fuck, and then you're stuck under a contract. Mind you, that comment can also be some bullshit. I don't fucking know.
It's YouTube comments. That's all real.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to play a little bit of devil's advocate here because I mean, yeah, a lot of the shit that I would say the majority of the shit that happened in the inception of this hobby is caquita.
Yeah, but like my point to that, the reason why that doesn't hold for me, and Tyler is different because Tyler seems to be more of an extra character in it. Tom Crutchfield is a main character in it. There's a difference between the two. Because you could put Tyler to do whatever. Yeah. Tyler hasn't been part of much of the bullshit that Tom was, But being Tom, sitting in front of a camera and saying the things you're saying, you know what you're being recorded for. Know that.
And this is the part where I'll agree with you, is that even before Tiger King and all these things, I think it's not even like a secret. It's just like a well-kept... It's like a thing that everybody knows, is that when you start a documentary, like things kind of like go further than what you expected. And it's just like it's out of your control as the person on the other side as the person on the other side of the camera, because at a certain point you have to understand that the director is going to do what the director needs to do. They need to create something. They have either advertisers, they have a studio that they need to make sure that they keep getting money out of, and it's the same thing that happens with like these like news organizations that like to cause like problems and shit like that and like to spread all these fucking things in the news, is that they are beholden to somebody. They are beholden to somebody that they need to get money out of, whether it's advertisers, whether again it's a studio or whatever. So they're gonna say the story that's going to get you the most enticed to engage. And that's the thing. And we know, as people who have done this content shit for a long time, is how do you get people to engage? Through music, I learned one thing. People that like your music are a lot less likely to give you a like, share, and comment than the people that hate your shit and want you to feel how upset they are. And those are the people that engage with your shit, which is why the news feeds you stories to try to get you to feel some type of way so you can share it and whatever and get you enraged. And it's the same things that a lot of these documentaries do, so that way they get you to talk about what they're trying to say.
At the same time, I will say that stuff in the documentaries, they're not lies. They're not lies. The Joe Exotic shit is not lies. Okay. The Tom Crutchfield shit is written in books already. They're not going to be lies, bro. I'm sorry, but they're not.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be lies.
No, it's going to be facts that everybody knows, and everybody just keeps it secret because everybody has to look up to the OG. I've never liked his shit from the beginning. And I've said that before.
You think there's any of those animals that were like smoked? Like, are there still Fiji banded iguanas like hanging around?
Probably, yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It's super secret in the age of social media. It's crazy.
Yeah. Old heads, they don't have social media. They don't know how to use it.
So, you found another comment you said?
No, I found one comment, like, just saying, like, this is kind of our fault. Everything else is kind of just glazing Tom
what is the comment that says this is our fault?
It's basically, if this documentary causes any damage to the hobby, it's our fault for not blacklisting these people.
Yeah.
And this and that and the other.
But we glorify these people.
All of them get glorified.
Well, I think to a certain extent, like, you have to be given the opportunity to do better.
Yeah, but you take that opportunity away once you start doing this documentary. I'm sorry. If you want attention for the bullshit that you did, you don't need that opportunity. Honestly.
Gotcha.
Because now you're wanting this narrative of the negative. You want the negative shit out there. You want the negative shit to be known. You want to be known as the guy that did this, did that, did this, did that. No matter how it likes everybody else within the industry. At that point,
no matter how it looks.
Yeah. At that point, then I don't think like it is what it is, brother. Like, you're an old man. You're going through hell already. Like, I don't know why he did that. Honestly, I don't know what got into his head to even try and do that, other than seeking attention. He should have just kept to himself. Like, sold reptiles while he was. Fuck the attention, But
now, as far as how Dylan did the video, I think you and I got on the phone like shortly after we saw it, and dude, was that video fucking amazing?
It's exactly what it needs to be.
The way that he put everything together, the way that he tells a story, the way that he featured the #1 reptile podcast. Yeah, no, and it was no, it was cool. Super shout out to Dylan. Was there anything else in that video other
Dude.
than the Tom Crutchfield stuff that was
When-
like, oh fuck this?
When he interviewed the scientist Forrest
Yes.
stole the research from,
Yeah.
Talk about
I
it.
was like,
Talk about it.
damn, that's some dog shit right there, bro. That's some dog shit. He literally got the actual scientist to tell his version of the story, which nobody ever gets to hear because it's just Forrest's voice. Nobody hears anybody else. Forrest gets to say whatever, and you go, oh, yeah, Forrest is right. But have you given the other guy a chance to talk? No, you haven't. No, you haven't. And Dylan gives that man a chance to tell his version of the story. How much earlier he found the caiman, documented it. He was the person that found the caiman. And then Forrest goes on Joe Rogan and it's like, oh, yeah, we found it on the same month. Is what it was. Like, bro, that's some fuck shit.
Yeah, I mean, personally, like, this is the thing, like, I have issues talking about things that I don't really know other than stories that, like, you might tell me or then this person and that person, but I definitely would like to, I guess I'd have to personally look more into all that stuff because I don't really understand the time frames so much on all that stuff because from what I understood in the video that Dylan said is that the guy is the guy that he spoke to was the guy that discovered the actual thing.
Yeah.
Right? And then through some way they got in contact with Forrest, gave him like
Nope.
destination or a producer. What was
This
it?
is what happened. Okay. The guy finds the caiman.
You okay.
As he finds the caiman, everybody finds out in the U.S. about it, right? There's a Croc Fest in which the money raised was for that scientist in that project.
Okay.
When that happens, Forrest reaches out to somebody that I know and goes, hey, I need contact with this guy. I want to record the caiman. And my friend puts them in contact with the scientist. They start preparing to go out there. And the guy tells them everything. He says, in this pond, we did this, we did that, we went with these people. Forrest is like, yeah, I'll let you know when I go, and we could do it together and film it. I'll need you there. And Forrest went, did not tell the scientist, did not tell anyone, recorded, and when the episode comes out, took credit for the finding of the animal. But there was a
He
Croc Fest.
actually took credit for it.
Yeah, he took credit for it.
Okay.
On the show itself. Not even Joe Rogan, on the show, he took credit for it.
What's the show called?
Extinct or Alive.
Okay.
So he found an extinct animal that was found already, which there was a Croc Fest raising money for because we knew it was there already.
That's showbiz.
Yeah. Showbiz shit.
Ain't that some bullshit? But because none of those people are known and they don't have a loud enough voice, nobody knew about that. Forrest just got away with it for as long as he could. But then he got shitted on in the scientific community for stealing credit from an actual scientist. And then the second time he goes on Joe Rogan, it's like, oh yeah, there was some stuff going on, but we just found it the same month. Fucking liar.
He like very guilty.
And I've
like,
seen the messages.
said his name and everything.
I've seen the messages.
Yeah. Damn.
And that's some bullshit.
That's
Like
showbiz,
people
man.
want to like I like listen. I don't know the man. I don't know what he stands for. All I've heard is bullshit and how he's done people because of TV. And again, I don't know him. I don't know what he's about. I don't know why those things end up happening. I just think like if that's what you stand by and that's what you're known for, you're pretty fucking shitty.
Yeah.
That seems pretty fucking shitty for people to look up to somebody that's a fucking fake.
Gotcha. That is some showbiz shit, though.
Mm-hmm.
And
it is.
I don't want a lot of this to come off as like character attacks, but I mean, if these are the facts, then you know, when we're looking at a lot of the work that's presented to us today, it's definitely something to think about. You know?
Yeah, and I mean, if it is a lie, please tell me how it is because it's not looking very good.
Yeah.
It's not looking very good.
Yeah. We got anything else from the Dylan episode that was to mention?
I think we covered most of it.
Yeah.
Just well put together.
Yeah.
Everything
Fire.
out there.
So definitely leave in the comments how you feel about, I mean, what we spoke about. How do you feel about Dylan's video? If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I'll put the information in the description. But most of all, do you think that this is going to affect the hobby once this thing comes out? Do you think that? Let us know in the comments.
Do we
now,
think?
Now, do you think?
I think it might.
So I've had people tell me no because it's reptiles and people don't care about reptiles. I think yes because of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think people will go after the characters. Like whatever it is that they do and they want to do and like what they stand for. I think it would like I remember after Tiger King people comparing me to Tiger King.
Comparing
At
you
work. At work. You know what I mean?
like just randos that come to work.
Yeah, like randos. I think the same thing is about to happen. Anybody that knows you work with reptiles, you're going to be compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to affect people in an emotional level.
Yeah, and I don't really think it's going to affect like people with animals because I'm pretty sure like most of like those issues have kind of been laws have been put into place or all that drama kind of already happened. And everyone's just kind of just because this stuff has been around for over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So it's kind of like, what else can we do in terms of like taking stuff away and making new rules and this and that and the other? I don't know. I just keep hearing people are afraid that the leopard gecko is going to take it away again.
People are going to hate on the community even more.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like,
for sure.
Great. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm expecting definitely the negative from the media. I don't think it's going to be as big as Tiger King and Chimp Crazy, but I definitely think it is going to be.
It's going to have more of an impact.
I think
it's a smaller community.
No, I think it's going to have a huge impact, but I think it depends where it comes out of.
Gotcha.
What do you mean?
HBO or Netflix.
Oh,
well, they were saying
matters.
that it might not be on any of those.
It might just go straight to YouTube.
I'm not sure.
Shock.
I'm not sure, but they Dylan was saying that Eric Good doesn't need the support from a
Well,
thing.
because he hasn't signed any contract.
That's what it was.
He hasn't.
We'll see.
Yeah.
If it comes out on Netflix,
because
we're fucked.
from what I understand,
Yeah, if it comes out on Netflix, it's over.
Yeah, from what I understand, the way that these kinds of documentaries work is like he funds the whole thing as much as he can,
And then he
he tries to
presents it.
sell it.
Yes.
He tries to sell it to a network and tries to recuperate that money.
By the way, we forgot to mention. Apparently, Eric Good started the Turtle Conservancy.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
He has
Good shit.
sources.
it's so weird that like all of this comes from a guy that's like into the animals, into the like the conservation
How is that
side
weird?
of it. Well,
You wouldn't see it happen-
Conservation, most of conservation does not like the pet trade.
No,
But they're out there.
I understand that, but I would say some of conservation likes the zoo trade, and he says that he's going to be talking about the zoo stuff.
Yeah, because a lot of zoos do bullshit.
Yeah,
Most zoos do bullshit, so
Yeah.
it is like it does make 100% sense
All right.
that he's going after the people because he's probably worked at zoos. He's probably been around and he's like, "Yo, you're supposed to do this. You say you do this, but you're doing the opposite."
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. He also does breed tortoises,
yeah.
That's
like
cool.
Galapagos.
Interesting.
You
All
would.
right. So yeah, I think that things will probably get a little bit tense for a while, maybe a year or so. I don't think anything too drastic personally is going to happen. But I know that this is anti what a lot of the pet trade stands for or whatever. I'm okay with a little bit of regulation because I think that
But what could be regulated, you think?
no, I don't know. But I'm saying like I'm okay with a little bit of regulation because, I mean these things are live animals. You know, I think that we should respect the animals. That a lot of these things give us a way to live. So I'm okay with that. That doesn't mean that I'm for like government control and government whatever the fuck. I remember I did a podcast once, and I had made that comment that I'm okay with regulations if it means that we get to keep a hobby and we get to keep it clean. That I'm okay with it. And somebody was like, "Oh, so you're like this and that and that and this," and I'm like, "No. My family literally came from fucking communism and like civil wars and government takeovers between fucking Nicaragua and Cuba. Like, I don't think that the government should be so fucking involved in a lot of our stuff. But again, if it means that we get to do right by the animals and continue to do what it is that we need to do to be able to live these lives,
I think in this case, if our hobby affects things outside of the hobby, the government could stand in.
Got you.
So conservation, we bring numbers of animals down by collecting them in the wild. You're affecting conservation all around. A lot of it government funded. That's number one. Number two, then you have invasive species being introduced by the pet trade. Again, you're affecting the environment owned by who? The government. So now the government has a way to get into what it is that this hobby is.
Yeah.
Since you're affecting the outsides, they get to affect you as well.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
It's a classic rule. It's like if you're bothering people around you, that's a problem.
If we had a hobby in which those things weren't happening, like we weren't collecting animals illegally or like all this shit, and also there were no invasive species, and I'd be like, government, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. But because that is not the case, then yes, they get to step in. And that's what's happening in Puerto Rico right now, which something I want to get into this year. I'm going to do like a documentary style video in Puerto Rico because they're, the laws there are not pushing for better ways of doing things. The legal pet trade from the state of Florida has been doing exchanges with the illegal trade in Puerto Rico, and now there's invasive species there. There's reticulated pythons, there's red-tailed boas, there's spectacled caiman, keelback, striped keelback snake. Like there's a bunch of shit showing up over there because the pet trade, literally because of the pet trade not being regulated over there. And that's what happens when it's not regulated, when the government doesn't step in. You end up with Puerto Rico, a very small island, bunch of endemic species getting fucked because somebody wanted to keep a pet.
Yeah. Well, I think that's that on that topic. I think you ended it well. So let's get into the most recent venomous snake bite.
Oh, boy.
But before we do that, become a member of the channel. It's the best way to support the homies. There should be, hopefully by this time, new merch out on the thing. You could still buy the #1 coffee that keeps you awake, the Reptiles with Coffee. Chuck, it's time. Tell us about your new drama.
First of all, David Orin, you're a fucking bitch. I'm glad you're alive, but you're a fucking bitch. Listen, I'm glad you got your leg as of right now. You're still a bitch, and your leg is too.
Your leg's a bitch?
Yeah, your leg's a bitch.
That's crazy.
So David Orin is a herper known mostly through Instagram. I'm pretty sure he has like 1 million followers or some shit. Yeah, he's big. And he, goes around herps, finds snakes, and records and talks about them or whatever. And he tries to come across as an educational individual, which I don't know the guy, whether he's educated or not. But now after the bite, I know he's not. He does a lot of bullshit, like risk things, and then he brings God into it because he thinks God allows him to get away with so many things with snakes. And he was put on this earth to do what he's doing. Jesus, God, stop. Stop talking shit about my homie.
Yeah, you see?
So, he does all this shit. And then another thing he's done, he's like charged people to go out herping. Which I'm like, dude, he just gives out spots like crazy. Then people go and poach after they know the spots, or like everybody's herping the area, overdoing it. They just do some bullshit, So the story goes that he was herping, debarking a dead tree, which if you do it every now and then, whatever. But if you're debarking a dead tree, you're destroying usable habitat for snakes. Because the snake now cannot hide in that area. If there was a corn snake hiding there, you take it out, you take photos, you release it, but it can't go back into that area. That area is just fucked. Now the snake has to go into a journey to get to a new home.
Isn't like one of the whole things about herping is like leaving the things how you found them?
Yeah, exactly. So he literally says on the video, I have a screen recorded, so fuck you, David. He cut down the bark, and supposedly there was a diamondback rattlesnake that he did not see that bit him in the leg, which is bullshit. I've seen this guy post videos with a diamondback rattlesnake by the tail, one hand, for photos. As if the snake can't reach you. So you're lying. Then after that, he gets bit. He posts the video, and he still took pictures of the snake because he's already there. And I'm like, hey, whatever. But then goes to the hospital. They give him some cheap ass anti-venom. Then he's talking about how he may lose his leg, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And then they're talking about doing a fasciotomy, which is where they cut your leg and let it bleed, which can cause infections. And he's like talking on the video like, yeah, the doctors are saying this is the best thing to do. Mind you, I work with these animals professionally. That is the #1 thing I know. Do not let the doctors cut you. Then the Rattlesnake Conservancy does a class at my job. What do they teach? Main thing, do not let the doctors cut you.
Why?
Because it could get infected, and it's not needed.
Okay.
You just gotta wait. right? Everybody that keeps snakes, that knows that is an actual professional working with these snakes, knows that if a snake bites you, they're going to try and do a fasciotomy. To my friend, when he got bit, they try to do an x-ray. You don't let them do that because it's unnecessary. We know this. The fasciotomy is old news. This guy didn't even know that. And he was going to let them do it. So how the fuck are you standing in front of all these people, talking down to others, and being an educator when you're not educated yourself? That makes no fucking sense to me. Because, like, dude, if you get bit doing it, whatever, dude, that's what you do. You're prepared for it. You know, like, it is what it is. But the fact that you're uneducated, you could have lost your leg, you're an idiot. You're straight up an idiot. Uneducated, and the people that were with you and do the same types of videos you do and act like they're these educated fucks, you're not. You're not. You're a bunch of people acting like you know what you're doing. Like the fact you did not know that specific thing, you could have lost your fucking leg, you fucking idiot. If people didn't step in for you and try to help you, you could have lost your fucking leg. When that happened to my friend himself that got bit was telling me what to do because he fucking knew what would go down. Like, if you're working or fucking around with these snakes, you better know what the venom is, where you are located, because the venom is very different in different spots where you find them, and you should know that, especially with where you were. You should fucking know that. The venom is very different, and you have to know, one, what to do if shit goes down, but also, whoever the fuck is around you should know that as well, because you can die. Like, how the fuck does nobody in your circle know what the fuck to do if you get bit by a venomous snake? Where to get the anti-venom is another one. How the fuck are you just fucking with these snakes and not know, hey, if I get bit, this is the number I contact? This kid had nothing. Fucking nothing. Uneducated fuck. Not ready for anything. And the fact that people look up to this, it's like, and it's not, I'm not even trying to just shit on the guy. I hope next time this motherfucker goes down and educates himself on what to do when he gets bit. Has shit in his car ready to go. What if you were allergic? Did you have an EpiPen? Probably fucking not, because you're a fucking idiot. Like, get ready for the shit that you're doing, because you're not fucking around just for content, money, and views. You can die. Anybody in this bitch could die doing this shit.
And that was the most positive thing Chuck's going to say this year.
Like, for real. Like, listen, I don't like what the guy stands for. I don't really like the guy. I don't like seeing people get hurt. And some of my friends stepped up to help him.
Yeah.
And I, like, literally there were conversations where people were saying, do not help him. And it's like, no, hold up. Oh. There's a life. I don't care what he stands for at this point. He might lose a leg or even die.
Yeah.
He has a wife. You know, he has friends. It's like, just step in and help him. Yeah. Just step in and help him. But somebody needs to tell this motherfucker how shit goes down. Yeah. Like, and he needs to step it up.
The positive thing that comes out of this is hopefully he's learned a lesson. Hopefully he remains educated through this process. I mean, me personally, I mean, you know, I don't spend a lot of time outside. Yeah. But I wouldn't know exactly what to do. Yeah. But I know that if I go out and I do any of those kinds of things, I'm with people that I trust. You guys. And I know that, you know, I can rely on you guys. So if you are not the educated one, at least surround yourselves with people that are educated. You don't know everything. Yeah, you know, so
100%. And it's not even like how this makes a hobby look. Or I'm literally talking for the kid's fucking life, bro. Like, for yourself, you need to know these things. You could have lost your leg, but that dumbassery, bro.
Dumbassery
is crazy.
Dumbassery, the study of being a dumbass.
Yeah, literally, bro.
That's
like
funny.
That dumbassery could have lost your leg, and I think that's very unfortunate. Especially like you have a wife, you got shit to look forward to. You're young. Like, come on, like. Get educated, people. If you're going to be fucking around with these animals, which a lot of times I don't agree with, at least do it in a way where you're not going to fuck yourself over.
And also, if you think that you know animals because you keep animals in captivity,
good luck.
It's not the same thing as these animals in the wild. They're a different thing. Yeah. Do you have anything for this one, Eric?
On
this topic?
Situation?
Yeah.
So you said that he was an idiot for. You're saying that he was lying about having it just be there. You think he found it?
Oh, he knew. Yeah. Especially the way he posted it. Where
I had a similar like that's a story that you always hear, but it never happens. So
I mean, if you're taking out bark from a tree, how do you get bit by a leg?
Let's look at the fucking screen recording so you can see the habitat around it. I'm like, dude. I don't believe it. I mean, could it be true? 25%
I
chance.
thought it was for like at first, but
25%
then I was
chance.
like, wait a second, like, I don't know. The way he framed it was a little off to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
don't
like
know,
where
dude.
it was, it's like open as fuck. Like I'm like, yeah, you
Like-
didn't see it in that open ass area. Come on, bro. Don't be fucking lying to me. Let me see. What the fuck?
I promise we're gonna end this podcast on a positive note.
Don't be promising shit you can't keep. Bro.
No hope.
My goal for this year is to make sure that every podcast ends in a positive note.
Oh, bro, I'm here, dude. You're fucked. You're so fucked.
We can start with the drama. It's fine, but we got to end where people feel
Where
like
the
they
fuck
feel good
is
about
this
themselves.
Fucking video.
It's gone.
Look at his bite right there.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, fuck.
Hey, dude. Fuck around, you find out, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Hey, that's him. Hurt.
Damn, you fucking saved all these photos, dude. You have a fucking. Let it be known that Chuck on his phone has a folder just for this man.
No,
He
it's
probably
not
has a folder
They're
for every
freely
single
on my
person.
thing. I should have a folder on this since we were gonna talk about it, but I fucking don't. I should have.
Yeah.
I fucking should have. Where are you, David Orin? Almost legless.
As a matter of fact, the next topic that we talk about, I will bring up something that happened to me, so that way we can even this out a little bit.
Okay, so that's where it is. Look at the open ass habitat.
Uh-huh.
The tree he's debarking is all the way over there.
Gotcha. Oh.
Like, dude, come on, bro. You didn't see it right there. Open habitat, debarking over there.
That's crazy.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't believe you, dude. Listen, I don't even believe my own friends. It is what it is.
Yeah. All right. It's my turn.
Oh, God, okay.
What we got?
Eric knows this.
I do?
I haven't told Chuck yet because I wanted to talk to him. I wanted his
yes.
honest reaction on the podcast.
Oh, God.
You know, my rhino iguana,
Yeah?
she died. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wants to smile.
Yeah. She did do
This
that.
man is sad, and you're laughing.
No, I look. This is
You're
the-
laughing.
No,
So-
I'm laughing because, dude, I was going to hit you up about that iguana soon for something.
Yeah,
And I can't even say it on the mic right
yeah.
I'm
no.
like, fuck, dude.
So, the years that I've had her, okay, and this is like one of those. I always say it's so important to be transparent about this shit, and yeah, it's fucking embarrassing that I'm talking about it, and I obviously feel like a shit keeper because of it. But the years that I've had her, the first year I brought her in a lot for the winter, you know, but. Actually, we spoke about him today, Ryan Martinez, that when he was working in Zoo Miami, I was talking to him about like how they handle the cold, and he was telling me, he's like, oh, dude, look, as long as they have like good sun the next day, like the animal's more than likely going to be fine. So I started introducing her into the cold. Things were fine. The next year, the same thing. You know, I did a couple things to mitigate some of the cold for her, and she took the whole winter last year outside without a problem, acting normal, everything. Okay? This year, same thing. She was doing fine, and then a couple weeks ago, we had that one day that it rained, and then it dropped like that.
Dropped
the
over
cold.
10 degrees in less than an hour.
Yeah.
Huge gust of wind.
And I was working the Disney project at that time, so I was gone for like 10 hours away from home. And the second that it started, because I had checked the forecast, and the forecast wasn't telling me rain. The second that it started raining, I was like, oh, fuck. And I was in the middle of the day at Disney, so I was like, what am I going to do? And the day was slow, so I was like, I hope I can leave home early. And I went back outside right after it finished raining and saw how cold it was. And I had told like one of the people that I was working with, I was like, I'm kind of a little bit worried about the animals that I have or whatever. And I wasn't able to leave. But when I got home, I did find her dead. Damn. And I'm thinking that it's because of that temperature drop.
Yeah, that crazy thing.
Yeah, and the worst part is that I know it was like such a user error issue because she was going in. I found her going into the hide, and she was halfway into the hide, and that's where she died. because that was the warm place. That was where, like, literally exactly what she needed. The thing that I had set up for her in case if it got cold that she can get in there. She just did not make it in time. Yeah. So I called him right away, and then he was like, maybe she's just cold stunned. So I brought her inside, tried to do the whole, like, try to heat her up little by little and whatever. I kept her inside overnight, and I was just hoping and praying that it was that. And when I woke up the next day, no, she was...
Damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
You want another one?
That what?
You want another one?
So this is the thing now, because
check you on the way.
So Eric has my Cuban.
Oh shit.
And like now I'm just like I'm so fucking bummed out by it that I'm like fucking like I don't even want to have an iguana. Like I don't know how I feel. Like I'm still in the middle of it. Like I'm just like damn dude. Like maybe that I just don't want to fuck up again. I don't want to cause harm to anything else. That's how I feel.
Respect. You see, Tom Crutchfield would have been like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I just feel so bad, man, because it's like it's not like I don't feel bad for myself. I just feel like I don't know, just like the thought of like her struggling, you know, and just like if she was in pain, like that shit fucking kills me. Yeah. But that's what I wanted to talk about.
Sorry, buddy.
It is what it is. But you know, these things happen with everybody. I guess things happen and when we're keeping things in captivity.
It's funny how outside keeping it allows the animals to have like the best like thriving environment, but it can go completely shit if you fuck up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, and it's like
you don't have as much of a fuck up gradient.
Yeah, because it's like I thought that I had solved so much with my outside keeping, and then I realized because of these 10-hour days that I was doing at that Disney project, how important it is that if you are doing that you need to have like just constant access to your animals, you know, and like doing a project like that, or you know, I don't know if I'd be able to accept another project like that because of it, because I'm just like, dude, like even though the money was good, it's like I would have completely skipped this project if it meant that I could have gone home in time, you know? Yeah. So yeah, if you're, you know, we talk a lot about outside keeping and, you know, and how it's great and all this stuff, but, you know, there is still room for error. So just keep that in mind. Now let's for real end this in a positive.
Let's be happy.
Yeah, we're going to end this in a positive note. Talk to me about Croc Fest.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Croc Fest. So I have to choose my words wisely.
Oh God. I said positive.
Okay. I'll get the drama out of it. Should I? Okay, so Croc Fest. We raised $40,000 for Siamese crocodiles.
Let's go.
Fuck me.
No, thank you.
God damn it. Okay, so Siamese crocodile is a very endangered species in Asia, I'm pretty sure. Is where the main project was. And the black caiman.
Oh, I didn't know they were on it too.
Yeah, so if you don't know, black caiman, largest caiman species there is in South America.
Are they in trouble?
Huh?
Are they in trouble?
Oh, kinda. Not crazy, but there's a study going on down there with the black caiman that pretty much, it's so cool. It's in the middle of a swamp, or for like a lake. They built this like wooden land area that still gets flooded. So the only way to go out there and study the black caiman is going by helicopter and getting dropped off on that thing
platform?
at the platform.
Fucking dope.
And it's like a little hut on the platform. And yeah, you record your data from there. So what happened was the company that has the helicopter was like, hey, like people can break their legs landing onto that boardwalk.
Really?
Yeah, because like it can't land. So it's like, and it gets underwater all the time.
Dope as hell.
Yeah,
though.
it gets underwater all the time. So the company told them by 2025, you have to have an actual landing area for the helicopter. If not, the whole study's over. So what they chose to do was raise money. Now we sent this money. They're able to build the landing area for the helicopter. That way the study continues. So that's what the money for the black caiman was for. For the Siamese, the money goes to... what is the process called? Like re-releasing wild animals into the wild. So you would be paying for animals to be able to do that, them to get the tools to be able to do that, and of course the scientists that are doing it as well. I do wanna. Where are you? I think it's right here. There's this guy. Where are you, bro? I'm trying to save you, man. The main scientist is a really, really cool guy. Lonnie, there it is. Lonnie McCaskill. Jesus. Yeah, whatever that is. So Lonnie is this gentleman that has traveled the fucking world. He's the main guy that's doing this stuff with the Siamese crocodiles. He's found them like in the wild. And he's also worked with different scientists throughout the world. Last time I saw him before Croc Fest, he came to my job and he was flying a drone that can see X-ray and heat. Crazy. And we can see the crocodiles even under like vegetation. So now he gets to go out there and find the crocodilians using drones. So he was using that technology to be able to do it. So really cool guy. I'm really happy that the money went to him. I didn't know it was him until I went to Croc Fest and they gave him a shout out. And I was like, oh my God, hell yeah. I love this man. So I showed him Chandler. Chandler started talking to him. We were talking. Stone was there. Everybody in my crew was there. There were people that are fans of the podcast as well that were there.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, good. Like a lot of people were there. It was really nice. Opposite of Animal Con, people were nice to me. People were really nice to me, and I brought people behind the scenes to do stuff, and I don't know. I just had a lot of fun. We even though we can't do it anymore because we kind of got in trouble, we brought a bunch of people through the safari, and then we went out to feed like the big Niles and stuff.
Come on.
You fucking missed it, Aaron.
Yeah.
No.
We fed the big Niles, Orinoco crocodiles, Cuban crocodiles. Then we go back. We fed Crusher, a big bunny at the end of the show. We brought Max out. Buggy did a little feeding. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
Next year.
Yeah. Well, we don't even know if they're gonna do it back at Wild Florida next year. They do it in different places.
They do summer and winter. This is the first time this summer is gonna happen in another state.
What?
God damn
Where's
it.
it gonna happen?
Texas.
Where?
I don't know.
Are we gonna go?
Oh,
yes.
I'm so down.
Oh, that one he's down to go. But when Yoshi wants to plan a trip to Tinley Park, nobody fucking...
Listen.
Yeah, Tinley Park, things in deli cups.
Reptile show.
Texas, crocodiles and
Croc
prawns.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Yosh.
No, but it's not even that. It's like an actual zoo. You just go to a zoo and you see animals in big ass enclosures, not deli cups. That's cool.
I get the hype for Tinley
Park. A big
Park.
ass enclosure is just a big ass deli cup if you think about it.
If you really think about
Mindset.
it. But there's ponds full of crocs. Like the zoos have other animals. There's free food, free drinks.
And a road trip.
It's great. And a road trip. I'm going on a plane. I
was like,
man, you guys suck. I'm driving by myself.
I spent the first 5 years of my fucking 20 in a fucking van traveling the country. I am 30 now. I don't want that.
Yeah, I'm flying. I'm fucking flying. I'm flying.
You guys fucking suck.
You can drive by yourself.
I guess I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to do it in Texas.
What part of, do you know what city?
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right, whatever.
Tejas.
We should go. When is it? Summer?
Summer.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to do that and raise money for more crocodilians throughout the United States now. So
Crocodilian.
Finally.
Crocodilian.
And then I'll tell you guys the story of Croc Fest and why it ended up being at my job. Because it was supposed to happen somewhere else.
Okay.
And that's all I'm telling y'all.
It's supposed
Sorry.
to be here.
All right.
That's all I'm telling y'all.
All right, so...
Put the pieces together, people.
Yeah.
Put the pieces together.
You could... the puzzle pieces, Eric. The puzzle pieces. So now I'll end in this. It's a new year. We're going to have some changes happening in the podcast, obviously.
New cast. We're all retiring.
It's Tino and two other dudes.
No. The guys from that trip that he went on. The ones that don't like us anymore. Whatever. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that you guys are going to be seeing Tino much anymore. But that's okay. It's not because of anything personal, but he's doing his thing. He's always fucking busy these days.
He's with us in spirit.
Yes, he's with us in spirit.
Sometimes you'll see him as an apparition. Sometimes.
Yeah. This is the permanent cast until Chuck goes on and does bigger and better things and forgets about all of us little people.
Aww. What the fuck?
Little people.
Oh, fuck you, dude. But yes.
Damn.
Every year is the start of a new season, which means a new intro song, which means some changes happening.
Are you gonna sing, dude?
No. Which means changes happening in the podcast, and one of them is we are going to have a podcast studio. So the reason that we're not outside right now is that
Cold as shit.
Yeah, it's cold, but also we're in flux right now. We're kind of like in the in-between. Hopefully, by the time that this episode is out, the studio is done, and the only thing that's left is whatchamacallit, is a sofa or two. That's pretty much what I'm really waiting on. I just need to empty it out, insert sofas, and it's done. Yeah. You guys got
Fire.
anything else?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. This was the Reptiles with Podcast.